Now at 5, it's time for another Toy Box Tuesday telethon, so get those phones out to make your donation. Plus, the story of a four-state hero who was stationed at Pearl Harbor when it was attacked 80 years ago. And
a high-stakes call between Presidents Biden and Vladimir Putin as Russia amasses troops along the Ukraine border. I'm Natalie Brandt with the concern and the message from the White House.
The four states' most watched news starts now.
it's Toy Box Tuesday, your chance to help make this a brighter Christmas for area kids in need. You're looking live at our phone bank manned by one of our Toy Box sponsors, Bishop and Hayes Law Office in Joplin. To make a monetary donation, all you have to do is give us a call at 1-888-620-4TOY. Have your debit or credit card ready. Tell us how much you'd like to give. We're going to check back in with the phone bank a little bit later. First, today's news. 80 years ago today, the attack at Pearl Harbor killed more than 2,000 U.S. troops. It was a pivotal moment in U.S. history and brought us into World War II. While many reflect on this day, it's especially significant for people who served and their families. Pearl Harbor veterans include the father of Don Anderson of Galena, Kansas. She emphasized the importance of listening to those who served and hearing their stories.
But the World War II people are the people that were in the service at that time are very special people, and if you can find any of them that are still alive, it's a special moment for you to be around them.
We're going to have more on the importance of remembering and honoring those who served tonight at 6. President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden today visited the World War II Memorial in Washington, D.C. They observed a moment of silence in front of a wreath at the center of the memorial. The White House says it contained one wild sunflower, the state flower of Kansas, in honor of the late Senator and World War II veteran Bob Dole. If you're going to the Joplin Christmas Parade tonight, you want to bundle up. Doug Heddy.
Yeah, definitely bundle up. It is cold outside. We have the clouds. At least the wind isn't too strong. But with the clouds, we've had a few flurries spitting across the region during the afternoon into the evening hours. And we're going to continue to see this as we go through the next several hours. Besides that, not a bad night for a Christmas parade. It could be a lot worse, could be a lot colder. But you can see this weak wave pulling off toward the east, and then eventually these clouds are going to start to break up for us a little bit later on tonight. But it is chilly, upper 30s to lower 40s, and of course we're going to slide back as we go through the evening hours. We actually have the winds kind of cranking out of the south, and this is going to help us out over the next couple days, allowing our temperatures to start warming back up. Through the evening hours, through the 40s, 30s, near freezing later on tonight. Of course, we're going to look at a warm up coming up here in just a bit.
Catch it in. Thanks, Doug. President Biden today held a high-stakes video call with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Reporter Natalie Brandt is at the White House with details about what the two discussed, including how the U.S. could potentially respond if Russia invades Ukraine.
Good to see you again.
President Biden spent around 2 hours talking with Russian President Vladimir Putin. The White House says he made his position clear.
President Biden was direct and straightforward with President Putin, as he always is. He reiterated America's support for Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity.
U.S. intelligence has warned of a possible Russian invasion of Ukraine as soon as January, with 90,000 Russian troops gathered at the border, a move Russia also took in 2014 prior to invading Ukraine's Crimean Peninsula.
President Biden looked President Putin in the eye and told him today that things we did not do in 2014, we are prepared to do now.
The White House says President Biden made clear that the U.S. and allies would respond with strong economic and other measures if there's military escalation. The president has also been in contact with European allies to talk about a coordinated approach.
We have made clear to Moscow that we will respond resolutely, including with a range of what we have called high-impact economic measures that we've refrained from using in the past.
The U.S. says it will continue to supply support to Ukraine's military as well as NATO allies in Eastern Europe. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, the White House.
National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said both leaders agreed that their teams would continue to have conversations. Still ahead, the right to repair.
saving you money while saving the planet. I'm Tina Kraus with the push to give consumers the know-how to fix their own stuff.
And next in Health Watch, research into the effects of mixing COVID-19 vaccines. In the meantime, call right now for our Toy Box Tuesday telethon. We're checking back in live with our phone bank on this Toy Box Tuesday. This annual project has helped generations of kids. This is the 33rd year of Toy Box. Some people are calling, but there are some open lines, as you see. Volunteers from Bishop and Hayes law offices in Joplin are taking your calls to make monetary donations to allow us to buy toys for area kids in need. Have your debit or credit card ready? Then make the call right now, 1-888-6204-TOY. In Health Watch, a major British study says mixing COVID-19 vaccines could give us better protection against the virus. Many Americans are already mixing their booster shots. Ian Lee reports.
New research out of the UK reveals mixing vaccines could be your best defense against COVID-19.
And we found really good immune responses across the board.
A University of Oxford study of more than 1,000 volunteers showed those who received a first dose of the Pfizer vaccine, followed by a second shot of Moderna 9 weeks later, saw a boost in immunity compared to just getting the same vaccine twice.
And we're showing there is flexibility. You don't have to stick rigidly to receiving the same vaccine for a second dose.
While the spread of new COVID variants like Omicron is putting pressure on countries around the world to speed up vaccination campaigns, Europe's top drug regulator says mixing vaccines could help.
Overall, it seems that this strategy is something that all type of vaccine could be benefiting from, and indeed different combination would still be extremely valuable.
The Food and Drug Administration has approved the mixing and matching of booster vaccines in the U.S. Some European countries like Spain and Germany are mixing the initial doses too.
Looking forward, if we want to target what's going to generate the best antibodies or the best T-cell response, these studies are providing a wealth of information that will really inform the science of this new approach to vaccines.
A mix and match method, scientists say, is not just effective, but safe too. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
Researchers say these findings support flexible dosing and will give hope to poor countries which might have to combine different brands if supplies run low. As many as half of all drinkers underestimate how drunk they are and risk driving above the legal limit. A new report published in the Harm Reduction Journal studied 90 young adults who consumed either beer or wine until they reached a breath alcohol concentration of 0.11. Researchers found as many as 53% of the students in their experiment who believed they had reached the legal limit had already passed the threshold to drive. People who use cannabis may either sleep too much or not enough. That's according to a large study of more than 20,000 adults in the U.S. The survey found heavy users were more likely to have sleep issues and were 64% more likely to sleep less than 6 hours a night. Those who used cannabis 20 or more days in the previous month were also 76% more likely to sleep longer than 9 hours compared to those who did not use cannabis. And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, we're going to go on a shopping trip with the good folks from Bishop and Hayes to buy toys for our Toy Box campaign.
Plus another cold night for us tonight, but it does start to warm up. We're going to check that out coming up. Another cold day for us today with all the clouds, and we even have flurries kind of spitting out there throughout the day. It's going to be cold through the evening hours. If you're heading out to the Joplin Parade, just bundle up, but it's going to be fine. We've had many years that's been snowing or sleeting or raining, so really not too bad. But we are going to start to warm things back up as we go through the next few days. We do have a strong storm system on Friday. We have another strong system the middle of next week. Of course, you can always get my long-range forecast. That is on my month-long blog. That is KOAM newsnow.com. Temps cold, 39 Nevada, 42 Miami, 43 in Anderson, Pittsburgh, 41, 42 in Independence. We do have the winds kind of cranking around out of the south. This is going to help us out the next few days. Once we get the sun back, we continue to get the southerly winds. This is going to help our temperatures really start to warm up. Looks good, looks peaceful. We do have a lot of clouds, a lot of traffic, 7th and Rangeline, 42 easterly winds at about 5 to 10. Humidity is at 49%. Through the evening hours, clouds stick around. You may see a few spitting little flurries out there. It's not a big deal. Slide back through the 30s, eventually near freezing a little bit later on tonight. Not quite as cold as what we did have last night, but still the clouds hanging tough and a few little flurries kind of spitting out there. Not a big deal. Any light snow, mainly to our east, eastern Missouri, Illinois, also parts of Indiana. You can see the backside of the clouds across central Kansas. So eventually we'll start to clear out later on tonight. Here's a change. Finally, we're in an El Nino, so we have the jet stream coming out of the Pacific Northwest and kind of dives in. But look at this, the jet starting to take a dip. This is the beginnings of this segment of our pattern. Over about the next 3 to 4 weeks, we get these systems dipping down. So much stronger storm systems will start to affect us, which makes me happy. The weather's not quite as boring. Stays pretty calm, at least the next couple days. For us tonight, we clear out near freezing. We warm up near 50 by noon. Check this out, all the way into the upper 50s for highs tomorrow. So Wednesday looks pretty good. 31 to start, plenty of sunshine, 53 by noon, high temp of 57 degrees. Tomorrow night, we get a few clouds in here. We may get a few random sprinkles by the time we head into Thursday morning, but Thursday afternoon looks fantastic. We shoot into the mid to upper 60s for afternoon highs. Then we start to see a change. On Friday, we are going to go into the 70s, but a very intense, strong cold front shifts in late in the day. We're going to get some showers ahead of it. On Friday, the cold front's going to plow in, so much colder temperatures move in by the weekend, and then it looks like we'll start to warm things back up as we head through next week. So the weekend kind of cool, but by the time we head into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we start to warm it right back up. 57 tomorrow, 68 on Thursday, 73, near record highs on Friday with some showers, much cooler for the weekend, but not bad. Right back to 67 a week from today.
Of course. Too bad it's so cold for the parade tonight, but people will go in large numbers.
Yeah, it makes it a little more Christmassy.
There you go.
Yep.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Let's check back in live with our phone bank on this Toy Box Tuesday to make a monetary donation to buy toys for area kids. Give us a call right now, 1-888-620-4TOY. Now, in addition to manning the phones today, people from Bishop and Hayes law offices also helped buy toys with money some of you donated. KOAM photographer Ty Parks went along with Santa's helpers at Joplin's 15th Street Walmart.
Well, it's wonderful. We love the KOAM Toy Box campaign. It's a way that we love to support our community. Go back to whenever I was a kid and think about the kind of toys that I like to play with, and then I have 4 kids of my own, so I know what they like to do, and so I just try to find the kind of toys that are fun to play with on a Christmas morning. And I know that in this day and time that some families are struggling and may not be able to get a whole lot for their kids for Christmas. And I like the idea that we're able to partner with KOAM and try to make a kid's Christmas morning a little bit brighter.
KOAM Toy Box. Now, we couldn't leave all the fun to the folks at Bishop and Hayes. Members of the student council at Joplin's Soaring Heights Elementary School joined Jacob Leonard and me for a shopping excursion at the Walmart Supercenter in Pittsburgh. One group shopped for younger kids, one for older kids, and the rest filled in the gaps. We're going to show you more of that shopping adventure on KOAM News at 6. Coming up, the growing popularity of the right to repair movement. First, though, we honor a local veteran. John Green served in the U.S. Navy from 1939 to 1945. The Etna, Kansas native was stationed at Pearl Harbor when it was attacked exactly 80 years ago today. And we salute Pharmacist Mate First Class John Green, a 4-state hero. Checking back in live with our phone banks. Employees from Bishop and Hayes taking your calls right now for our Toy Box Tuesday telethon. Let's recognize a few callers. Paul Hawkins from Carterville, Missouri. $40. Thank you. Mike Wishin of Nevada donated $50. Thank you for that. Norman and Kathy Hildebrand of Quapaw $60. And Margaret and Milton Kellogg of Erie, Kansas, $200 donation. Thank you all. You can call right now the number 1-888-620-4TOY. In Consumer Watch, the right to repair movement is gaining momentum as more countries demand more from manufacturers so people can fix what they buy. Tina Kraus reports.
Finding the fix is the name of the game at this free repair shop in Denmark. They repair because they care about giving products a new life.
We have to take care of the planet. We can't afford to live like we used to live.
It's part of a campaign across Europe and the U.S. to ditch the throwaway culture for electronics and other household goods by making repairs easier.
Mystery screws, too much glue, parts that are hard to find.
Right to repair campaigners are pushing for laws that force companies to give customers the knowledge and tools they need to fix something when it breaks.
A lot of the tools and manuals are only made available to professionals, and we're not professionals.
Apple announced it will let users start fixing some of their own equipment. And more than a dozen states are pushing for laws that make manufacturers provide manuals, spare parts, and special tools needed to make repairs.
My radio was broken, and I didn't want to replace it with a new one.
And that's the idea, to encourage people to reuse rather than replace. Victor Herget says just seeing his speaker being repaired gave him some confidence.
Have the courage to open it myself next time to check if I'm able to do anything about it.
And campaigners say if companies start arming consumers with the right tools to make repairs on their own, it could be just the fix the planet needs too. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
Sweden has gone perhaps further than any other country to protect people's pocketbooks and the planet, with that government giving tax breaks for people who repair electronics, bikes, appliances, and even clothes at home. A Google service is accused of hacking customer phones. A gaming designer and author alleged on Twitter that she sent her Pixel phone in for repair and that someone broke into her phone and accessed private photos by logging into her Gmail. The person allegedly changed the gaming designer's passwords. It's not the first accusation of this kind against the service. According to The Verge, Google is investigating the allegations. A final check of the forecast next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, how the Pentagon plans to tackle food insecurity among military families. Then on KOAM News at 6, we're going to have more on the importance of remembering those who served during the attack on Pearl Harbor. Plus, an area business donates respirator masks and filters to Joplin's Franklin Technology Center. And a member of the Kansas City Chiefs is recognized for his work helping families in need. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. As we get another live look at our phone bank on this Toy Box Tuesday, we want to thank some more of you who have contributed, and there are many of them, more than we'll have time to get to, but we want to thank Jimmy and Carla Powell of Army, Kansas, $50. Barbara Medfelt of Fort Scott, $50. Kansas Outdoor Advertising of Columbus, Kansas, thank you for your $250 donation. David and Kathy Forbes of Parsons, Kansas, $100. Jacetta Michaels of Parsons, $25. Patsy and Steve Ritchie, $75. Louis Ziesens of Frontenac, thank you for your $25 donation. We also want to thank the folks from Bishop and Hayes Law Office for manning the phones today. We're going to be doing this again during our 6 o'clock news. Hope you'll join us then. In the meantime, Doug Hetty, people are going out to the Joplin Christmas Parade right now and they need to bundle up.
They do. It's cold outside. We're dropping back through the 30s. We may even get a few random little flurries as we go through the evening hours, but it could be worse. Cold night tonight near freezing. Sunshine returns tomorrow up to 57, 68 by Thursday, near record highs by Friday. So if you don't like the cold, you know how the 4 states is. Just stick around a day or two.
It always changes. Thanks for joining us. The CBS Evening News is next. We'll be right back here for KOAM News at 6. See you then. Let's make it a great evening.